Product of the supernatural, part 3 is what we are looking at. We looked at part 1 in the first service, part 2 in the second service. This is part 3. Products of the supernatural are the results, the outcome the supernatural produces once it is activated. What do we get out of the supernatural? Pastor, you've been talking on the supernatural since the beginning of this month. It has been our month of unlocking the supernatural. I've given you several definitions of what the supernatural entails. And I told you also how to unlock the supernatural. I also taught last week on how to engage it. And this service, we're looking at the products of the supernatural. We looked at over 8 products of the supernatural. Among them is exceptional wisdom and superlative intelligence. It's one of the products of the supernatural. Number 2, we say it is a jaw-dropping and mouth-watering miracles. Jaw-dropping, mouth-watering miracles. We also said product of the supernatural. Number 3 is accuracy in discernment and the 5 senses. You become accurate in discernment and you operate the 5 senses. We also looked at abundance as another product of the supernatural. We also looked at deliverance as another product of the supernatural. We also looked at strange visitations as another product of the supernatural. In this service, we continue number 8, or we call it number 1 for those of you who are here. Number 9, product of the supernatural is supersonic speed. God gives speed to compensate for delay in life. God gives us speed in order to compensate for delay in life. Whenever you are running late and time is against you, speed is required to meet up wasted time. Slowness and sluggishness is swallowed by supersonic speed. When your mate and your contemporary seems to be ahead of you, what you need is the speed that the supernatural produces. One of the products of the supernatural is supersonic speed. Don't write up any believer whose mate is ahead of him. Don't write up any believer who is not doing better than his mate. It's just a matter of time. The moment he hook up to the supernatural, he will spring a surprise. To be ahead does not make you the head. To be in the list does not make you to be a leader. Because in the law of speed, overtaking is allowed. In 1 Kings chapter 18 verse 45 to 46. Sir, we saw how Elijah overtook the chariots and the horses of Ahab. It is normal when a horse overtakes a human being. But it is not normal when a human being on foot overtakes a horse. And it came to pass in the meanwhile that the heavens were black with clouds and wind, and there was a great rain. And Ahab rode and went to Jezreel. He rode and went to Jezreel. Jezreel, we are told, is about 56 kilometers. It's like from here to Kefi. And Ahab had already reached Massacre, heading to Kefi. And Elijah was still in Apo, shepherd's house. And the Bible said the next verse, the Bible said, and the hand of the Lord came upon Elijah. He gathered up his loins. He ran before Ahab to the entrance of Jezreel. He overtook him. When he was rejoicing that he's approaching Kefi, he just saw Elijah waving him. He's gone. I prophesy, it doesn't matter who has gone ahead of you in this season of the supernatural. That product called speed, I command it to be attached to your feet, attached to your business, attached to your relationship. Lift up your hand, shout speed. When supersonic speed is released, sir, when supersonic speed is released, even your keke can overtake Ferrari. Keke na pep can overtake Ferrari. A bike can overtake a V8 engine Land Cruiser. When the hand of God is on that keke na pep. Elijah ran and overtook the chariots of Ahab. May God's hand come on you for supersonic speed, for unusual speed, speed that are not normal. I command it, be released in the name of Jesus. Somebody shout, I receive, I receive, I receive, I receive. Number 10 product is dominion, the product of dominion. Daniel and the lions them exercise dominion among starving and untamed lions. He exercised dominion in the midst of untamed and starving lions. These lions were very hungry. They were untamed. That is why when they released the enemies, the enemies of Daniel, friends, the lions met them mid-air and broke their bones and had a mastering over them. But Daniel had an overnight with lions, untamed and starving lions. Let the lions turn to massaging pillows and mattresses. They could not touch the man who has the hand of the supernatural visible upon him. Dominion. Men who operate the supernatural are commanders in the school of dominion. The 3 Hebrew boys were thrown into the fire, but they had dominion over the heat. The Bible said the men who threw them, the heat of the fire burned them and they died. But these men, when they entered the fire, they were loosed. Even Nebuchadnezzar said, did we not throw 3 men? But I see 4 men loosed. I see them released. And the Bible said when they came, the smell of the fire did not perch on their clothes. The Bible said their clothes never had any touch of the fire. My friend, that is paranormal interpolation. Hear me and hear me well. You are entering that realm. That product shall be visible in the name of Jesus. Peter exercised dominion by walking on the water. He said to Jesus, he walked on water physically, not in the spirit. He said, if it is you, bid me to come. And Jesus said, come. And he had dominion. I pray for somebody here. May God give you dominion by your supernatural capacity. I command you to rule over wicked men, to rule over darkness. Lift up your hand, shout, I'm in charge. Some of you go for burial, you are hiding because you don't want uncles to see you. Some of you don't want your name in burial program so that they don't carry your name to Kovun. When have you started ascribing greatness to the devil? When you have been given dominion by your spiritual connections. The other day, an Ogboni man took a land from Archbishop Bessie Idahosa. So they told Archbishop that the Ogboni man is in the land now. Who took the land from you? He has started clearing the land. So Archbishop walked with 6 of his boys and came to the Ogboni man. He said, this is my land, I paid. The Ogboni man said, I've taken it. What can you do? Archbishop said, you said, what can I do? Archbishop wired him a slap. Gave him a slap. Pow! The man ran mad. He started picking things and eat and tore his clothes and went naked. He said, what can I do? Take! He ran mad. Started picking things to eat. That is dominion. Archbishop looked at him picking things 3 hours. He told his boys, enter the city, look for him, bring him for me. They entered the city, they looked for him. They brought him stark naked. Archbishop slapped him the second slap. He did like this. What is happening to me? It's normal. It's normal. You don't understand something. The guy became born again. He became the Sunday school leader in CGM. He told Archbishop, I don't want the land again. Take it. I want to follow you, your God, and where you go. You tell your enemy you will see he's buying cars. You will see he's building house. It is an error. By your supernatural capabilities, have dominion over the forces of darkness. Lift up your hand, say, I have dominion over the forces of darkness, the infernal regions of hell. How can you go to the village because your uncle came to greet you are running? He said, I can't give him money. My friend, speak in tongues and give him money. Nangos, Ishakwa, Lapwa, Nimbrus, Yanda, Inkolo. Uncle, if you are a wizard, electrocution, and dash him. And dash him. You have the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. So one of the products of the supernatural is that we are given dominion. Dominion over wickedness, over enchantment, over incantations, over witchcraft, over wizardry. We are to be feared. We are not to fear them. Philippians 1:28. The Bible says anytime they see your boldness, they know that they will be destroyed. Philippians 1:28, flash it. In nothing terrify by your adversary, which is to them an evident token of perdition, but to you of salvation and that of God. Give me the New Living Bible. So your enemies are, when you are not afraid of them, anytime you exercise dominion, they fear you. He said, don't be intimidated in any way by your enemies. Someone say, in any way. Come on, you are not hearing what I'm saying. Someone say, in any way. This will be a sign to them that they are going to be destroyed, but that you are going to be saved, even by God himself. Even by God. Give me the Message translation. Hear me. You are indestructible by your spiritual connection. He said, not flinching, not dodging his lightest before the opposition. Huh? Your courage and your unity will show them what they are up against. Defeat for them, victory for you, and both because of God. Tell your neighbor, say, I'm wired. Say, I'm not normal. I am strange. The grace upon my life is not a normal grace. Am I talking to somebody here? That is how to exercise dominion. I told you how I used to interpret for a native doctor. When I was in primary 6, 5 and 6, I used to interpret. The Baba doesn't hear English. In Gombe State. I will interpret for him. He will be deceiving them. And I'll be seeing him deceiving them. Say, what a bakar matter. I'll say, now one black woman. Guntua. I say, very short. Say, eternity kemaka. You see big person. Educated person sweating. They say, kakao kaza uku farare. I say, he says you should bring chicken. White. No spots. So, okay. Cacao manja mangeta gallon air. Bring granite oil 4 liter. Mudu gishiri. A mudu of salt. Cow packet na Maggi. Guess what he wants to do? Chicken pepper soup. And every day I was eating chicken every day because he has 3 wives. They are always keeping my own food. I don't eat my parents' food. Afternoon, night, my own chicken is massive. I said, I'll be tearing it. I started enjoying altar since. I wasn't eating my parents' food. I was eating his food. Then in the night, he will call his children and line up pole. They will poo-poo. Then in the night, you'll be frying the poo-poo. You put honey and give big men to be licking poo-poo. I say I saw it. Native doctor. When I went to secondary school and I became born again, speaking in tongues, fire splitting, I say, Father, if I see this man, Lord, let my forehead be stronger than his head. When he heard I came back, he refused to come. When he sees me, he will run inside. I was waiting for him to call me for interpretation. No calling. Because I say, Father, fire on this man if he ever call me. And truly, he couldn't call me. So one day, I was coming out a week after I came back. I saw him coming in, he saw me, he turned. And now he was calling another person and he moved. So I knew he was dodging me. So God caught him one day, on the 10th day, in a road, you know, those days, in days of poverty. Some houses does not have address. You see in between walls, you cross gutter one cross. So in between those walls, here was him coming, here was coming, no escape route. It's either you turn back or you face me. So nowhere to go. He was coming, I was coming. He wanted to say, Baba, sir? I said, stop. I told him, this thing you are doing, if you don't stop, me, I will kill you. I said, I carry spiritual power. You need to give your life to Christ and stop deceiving these people. Otherwise, you will die. So in the night, I saw him conjuring me, and I decided to do 7 days midnight. And as I was praying, I was saying, Mumbruza, Jakotaba. 2 weeks after, he died. Before I even left for school, he has died. The native doctor died. That is dominion, my friend. Light and darkness cannot cohabit. How can witches come do IT in your house and finish you? Industrial training. They came to learn work on your head. You'll be slimming down, drying up. Because somebody is using his leg to manipulate your outcome. I curse that spirit now. Lift up your hand and say, I have dominion. Finally, in this service, product of the supernatural is preservation. Preservation from destruction. Psalm 121 and verse 6 to 7 to 8. Destruction is a trap of the enemy. Set everywhere. The devil delights in your tears and anguish. The devil delights in the blood of innocent. He likes to see blood of innocent flows. Psalm 121 and verse 6 to verse 8. Media. Hear me. The Bible said the sun shall not smite you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forward, and even forward forever. Lift up your hand and say, I am preserved. That's why you should not be afraid when you are traveling. That's why you should not be afraid when you are in the air. Because that you are there, every passenger is saved. Because you are supernaturally connected. I came to vehicle your boldness. I came to tell you are more than this. I came to tell you don't fear their fear. I came to tell you there's so much that you carry that the devil doesn't matter. In 2020, we have seen many destructions of lives. 2020 has killed more people than any of the years. Because it's the beginning of a new decay. He opens us up to death. Properties and businesses have been destroyed on a daily basis. But as saints of God, sir, our preservation is the color of our identity. Our identity in this Christianity is preservation. What kill others can't kill us. What stop others can't stop us. Daniel chapter 6 verse 21. Lions are flesh eaters, but they saw a flesh of a supernatural man. There is flesh. The flesh of Daniel looked like a steel. Like a steel that cannot be devoured. Then said Daniel to the king, O king, live forever. Verse 22-23. My God sent his angels, and I shut them out of lions, that they have no hurt on me, for as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before the O king I have done no hurt. And verse 23, then the king exceedingly glad commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his God. I prophesy to you, COVID-19 shall not perch on you. No hurt will come on you. You shall hear destruction on the right, destruction on the left, pestilence in your front, pestilence behind you, but there shall no evil befall you. Because you are a supernatural man. Your product of protection is your loss. You don't beg to be protected. That's where you operate from. Can I talk to you? The Bible are not story book. They are not history of stories. The Bible are revelations of what God can do and is doing. Stop reading this thing and think that it's in olden days. God is at work with us even now. His power is visible on our lives. Sir, you are too supernatural to be wasted. You are too valuable to be vulnerable. You are too loaded to be offloaded. You are too regulated to be relegated. You are too anointed to be frustrated. Too defended and protected to be arrested. Too blessed to be cursed. In 2020, may God preserve you from the arrows of destructions, from the weapons of darkness, from the snare of the fowler, and from noisome pestilence. They will surely gather, but not by me. Whosoever gather against you shall be scattered. Stand on your feet. I have finished preaching. Lift up your hands, say in the name of Jesus. Wherever you are, lift up your hands, shout in the name of Jesus. I invoke the supernatural upon my life. I invoke the supernatural upon my destiny. I am protected. I command the products of the supernatural to be visible in my life. Product of supersonic speed. I receive it as one of my rights and benefits of the supernatural. The product of preservation. I receive it right now. Dominion over the forces of wickedness. I receive it right now. Open your mouth and begin to pray. I receive it. I receive it. I receive it. Oh, tie, oh, tie, oh, tie, oh, tie. The supernatural is through the gates of sacrifice. Anything you do for God that has no connotation of sacrifice is not acceptable in the regions of the spirit. You cannot be connected to the vibrations of heaven until God sees sacrifice. 1 Peter 2, he said, we as lively stones, 2:5, as spiritual house build up as priests, let us offer unto God our spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God by Jesus Christ. So hear me, this supernatural will remain a storybook. It will become a theology to you. There will be no reflection of it in your lifestyle, in your activity, in your finances, once the supernatural is not open to you through the gates of sacrifice. Sir, David understood it. He said, God forbid that I offer unto God anything. He didn't say money. Anything that will cost me nothing. If my dancing will cost me nothing, I will offer it. That's why when David wants to dance, even his wife call him Mumu. Because that kind of dance that David does, only Mumu does it. But that was what endangered him to God. And God calls him a man after my own heart. Until you give like a Mumu, sacrifice is not steered. And like I said in the first and second service, your offering must be purposeful. Don't be bringing careless offerings to the altar. Decide to put a line. Lord, my offering cannot be less than 5,000 every Sunday. Cannot be less than 10,000 every Sunday. The last 5 years, my offering has never been less than 50,000. And I dare tell you, after COVID, I have taken it from 60 to 100. It's a choice I have made, and I'm living by it. That is not sacrifice, that is offering. I can never be broke. Even if all the witches in your village leave your village and attack me, it's not possible. You know why? I am connected to a strange spiritual frequencies. I have a Father. He calls me his own. He never leaves